Assalamu alaikum everyone. Good evening and a warm welcome to our online workshop. We are delighted to have you all with us today and looking forward to an engaging and fruitful session together. Let's welcome to our speaker for today. And it is my pleasure to introduce our speaker to present a workshop titled Understanding Cohesion and Coherence for Better Paragraph Writing. So Miss Assrar Abdullah Alharbi, she is an English language instructor at English Language Institute, King Abdulaziz University. Miss Asrar holds a master's degree in TESOL from King Abdulaziz University and a bachelor's in English language and education from Umm Al-Qura University. With her experience in teaching preparatory year students, mentoring learners and assessing progress, and organizing workshops on academic and professional skills, she brings a wealth of expertise to this session. Her academic interests include artificial intelligence in language education, assessment design, academic writing skills development, and curriculum design and evaluation. Please join me in warmly welcoming Ms. Assrar Alharbi. Over to you, Ms. Assrar. Welcome.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for attending today's workshop. I hope it will be informative and you will gain valuable knowledge. These are the objectives of our today's workshop. We are going to identify cohesion and coherence, analyze paragraph and essay structure to coherent sequence, apply cohesive devices and transition to improve clarity and flow, evaluate text for cohesion and coherence, giving target feedback. Let's start by lead in activity. For example, if I give you this two pictures and I said there is instruction for the cat, only instructions for the cat with these two pictures, will you be able to understand what is this instruction or what you should do? Let's also say I gave you or I'm giving you random pictures like these pictures. So these pictures actually include all the important instructions, all the instructions that you need to do to help the cat. As you can see, this is a cat who needs help. And here are different pictures that can help you follow the instructions and help the cat. But do you think these pictures are clear? Can you follow the instructions easy? Okay, what if I give you the same pictures with the same instructions, but I add some words to them? For example, we have next, we have finally, we have then, we have after that, we have first, and we have later. So I gave you different pictures with different words to help you understand the instructions, but still maybe the instructions aren't clear. So if I give you the instructions, but in a specific order, for example, we have first, we have then, we have after that, we have next, we have later, and we have finally. I think now you can easily follow the instructions. So these are the instructions for helping the cat, for trying to actually feed the cat. So we have first, enter the store and take a shopping cart, then stop at the shelves to choose what we need or what you need. After that, go to the cashier to pay. Next, carry the bags from the checkout. Later, go out to the car and finally return home and feed the cat. So this helps us to actually understand the instructions easily. How? By two important techniques in writing, which is coherence and cohesion. Coherence and cohesion. So in coherence, it's important to have an order, a logical order. Cohesion, it's important to find unity in our writing or in our text or in our paragraph. So definition, cohesion and coherence. So what is cohesion and what is coherence? Cohesion, it refers to connections between sentences, clauses, and paragraphs. It means holding together or linking through the use of cohesive devices. Coherence, it's the quality of order and flow. It focuses on the relationship of the ideas, the sequence of the ideas, the logical meaning of the ideas. Okay. Now, what is the difference of cohesion and coherence? Can we have, for example, a cohesive text, but it will also be coherent? Or we can have cohesive but not coherent, or coherent but not cohesive, or both. So actually there is a difference between them. Some texts can be cohesive but not coherent. For example, I went shopping, then the sky is blue, therefore cats like milk. So here we use linking words. We tried to make them cohesive, but they are not coherent. There is no logical connection between the sentences. Let's move to coherent but not cohesive. For example, the sun sets in the west, it gets dark soon after. So it's logical and clear, but there's no linking words between the two sentences. So it's really important for our text to be coherent plus cohesive. For example, the sun sets in the west. After that, it gets dark and people turn on their lights. Let's move on. So coherence is the quality that makes a text meaningful and easy to follow. Each sentence is understood in relation to the ones before and after it. So if we have a paragraph, it's very important to have a topic sentence that has the main idea of the paragraph. Then it's important to have supporting details or supporting sentences that add more information to develop the topic sentence. And then it's important also to have the conclusion sentence that relates to the all other sentences in the paragraph and supports the topic sentence. Coherence depends on the interaction between the writer's intentions, the reader's understanding, and the text itself. Now we are going to move to cohesion. So in cohesion, we have different types, we have different kinds. Cohesion, it's like the physical piece of writing that we can add to our writing to make it more, to make it clear. And we have different types of cohesion. We have lexical cohesion, we have reference, we have substitution, we have ellipsis, and we have conjunction. These are the main types of cohesion. Now we are going to learn more about each one of these types. Let's start by the lexical cohesion. Lexical cohesion is achieved by the selection of vocabulary that ensures connections and relations between sentences and ideas of writing. So lexical cohesion, we have also different types. We have repetition, we have parallelism, we have paraphrases, and we have collocation. Let's start by the repetition. Repetition means a form of lexical cohesion which involves repetition, synonym or near synonym, superordinate, and a general noun. Now we are going to have example for each one of these categories. So the first one, we have superordinate. For example, Sarah bought a rose. The flower smells wonderful. Synonym, we have she is so smart. The intelligent girl solved the puzzle. General noun. Now in general noun, we can replace a word by referring to more general word. For example, she bought a necklace. The thing was expensive but lovely. We have near synonym. I saw a physician in the clinic. The doctor spoke kindly. Okay, now we are going to move to collocations. Collocations mean words that usually come together, are naturally associated. For example, fast food. I don't like eating fast food. Make a decision. It's time to make a decision. And collocation, it's very important because yeah, we can use them a lot in our writing. Now we are going to move to the second type of cohesion, which is reference. So in reference, we also have three types. We have personal reference, we have demonstrative reference, and we have comparative reference. Now in personal reference, uses pronouns to refer to people or things already mentioned. For example, Ali is my friend, he is very kind. Demonstrative reference uses words that point to something specific in the text or situation. I like this book. So this book refers to a specific book. Comparative reference shows similarity, difference, or degree compared to something mentioned before. For example, my car is fast, but yours is faster. So yours is used to compare to something or to a reference or to a noun before it. Let's move now to the third type of cohesion, substitution. So in substitution, we have nominal substitution, verbal substitution, and we have clausal substitution. So the first type means replacing a noun with another word, usually one or ones, to avoid repetition. For example, I like the red shirt, but not the blue one. The second type, verbal substitution, replacing a verb phrase with do, does, or did to avoid repeating the verb. For example, she sings beautifully, and he does too. The third type is replacing a whole clause with words like so or not. For example, it will rain today. I think so. All right, now we are going to move to the fourth type of cohesion, which is ellipsis. So ellipsis, we have three different types. We have nominal ellipsis, we have verbal ellipsis, and clausal ellipsis. The first one means omission of a noun or noun phrase. For example, she bought 3 apples. I bought 2. So 2 actually refers to the apples. The second type, the verbal ellipsis, omission of a part of the verb phrase. For example, have you been swimming? Yes, I have. So we don't actually need to write I have been swimming. Clausal ellipsis, omission of whole clause parts. What were they doing? Holding hand. They were holding hands. Now we are going to move to the last type of cohesion, which is connection. Now, this type of cohesion is the mostly used type because it has different types or different categories, and I will introduce them to you. So, conjunction. So we have 4 basic types of conjunction. We have additive. It means to add information. For example, I like tea and coffee. So and it's a conjunction. The second type, we use it to show contrast, and if we're going to write that two things are opposite to each other. For example, he worked hard but failed the test. So but here shows contrast. Also shows reasons, result, or purpose. For example, it rained, so we stayed home. So show us the causes of something or the results of something. Temporal, we have shows time or sequence. First we cooked and then we ate. So now I'm going to introduce the different categories of conjunction. So we have linking words to add, for example, and, again, then, besides, to, next, finally, farther, furthermore, nor, equally important, and moreover. Also, we have linking words to compare. We have whereas, but, yet, on the other hand, however, nevertheless, on the contrary, meanwhile, by comparison, where, compared to, up against, balanced against, in contrast, although, and after. Also, we can use all of these words or phrases to compare between two sentences or two ideas or two clauses or two phrases. Linking words to proof: because, for, since, for the same reason, evidently, furthermore, moreover, besides, indeed, in fact, in addition, in any case, that is. So if I am writing a point and I want to emphasize on that point, I can use these linking words. Also, we have words to show sequence. For example, in the writing, we have different types of writing. We have, for example, the narrative writing. So in the narrative, we need to use words to show the sequence of the events or to show the sequence of the actions that happened in that story, for example. So we can use one of these or more than one of these linking words. We have first, second, third, so far, next, then, following this, now, at this point, after, afterward, finally, before this, consequently. So we have different linking words to show sequence. Also, we have linking word to give an example. So we have, for example, in this case, on the occasion, take the case of, to illustrate, for instance, in another case, in this situation, to demonstrate as an illustration. So we can use all of these linking words to give examples in our writing. Also, if we are writing a paragraph, or even if we are writing an essay, so if we are writing a paragraph, we need to add a conclusion sentence. This conclusion sentence can have one of these linking words, or even sometimes when we are writing an essay. So in our essay, we have introduction paragraph, we have body paragraphs, and we have a conclusion paragraph. So in our conclusion paragraph, we need to add linking word to show that this is the conclusion paragraph. So we can add one of these conclusion phrases. We can say, for example, or we can write, as I have said, hence, as I have shown, to conclude, in brief, therefore, accordingly, thus, on the whole, in conclusion, to conclude. So we can use these linking words to summarize or to conclude. Also, we have linking words to emphasize. So we have indeed, naturally, always, never, positively, in any case, forever, without a doubt. So we can use these linking words to make our ideas stronger. So now we are going to go to the first application. Here you have different linking words that is related to sequence. I want you to try to think of any thing that has a process at your work or at your study. So for students at your studying, think of anything that has a process that needs different steps. First, then after that, next, and finally. So I'm going to wait your answers. You can write your answers in the chat box. I'll give you a few minutes to try to think of any process that has different steps. And I want you to try to do the application. So how to make sandwich? Yes. So we can say first, how to make sandwich. We can say, for example, yeah, good. How to lose weight, yes. Baking a cake. I will get to the university. Tell my mom what I did in my day. Yes, you can say first, then after that, next, finally. Learning how to swim. Okay, so let's read the Miss Rabia answer, because it's more detailed. So for example, we can say first, gather all the ingredients like flour, sugar, butter, and eggs. Then mix the butter, sugar together until smooth and add the eggs and vanilla. I think we're making a cake. After that, stir in the flour, baking powder, and chocolate chips to make the dough. Finally, or we can say next, mix all the ingredients very well, and finally scoop the dough onto a baking tray. Bake the cookies. So we are making cookies and enjoy them warm. All right. Let's move to the example I wrote. So here we have, for example, first, I want to call the members. Then I will assign their seats. After that, I will call the meeting to order. Next, I will discuss the agenda of the meeting, and I can say finally, I will email, for example, the outcomes of our meeting to the members. All right, now let's move to the second application. So here we have different sentences. We have, for example, online learning is popular. Student study anywhere, recorded lectures, work, and family. So I will copy and paste the sentences for you. Now I want you to try to make these sentences more coherent and more cohesive. And we can make them longer. Now, one of the advantages or one of the good things about coherent and cohesion is that it helps us to make our writing longer. It helps us to make our writing longer. So I want you to take these sentences and try to make them more coherent and cohesive. So this is our second application. You have different sentences. I want you to actually take them and try to make them more coherent and cohesive. So here we can add different types of the cohesive devices, especially conjunction. So we have conjunctions for adding information, we have conjunction for contrasting, we have conjunction for making sequence, we have also conjunction for giving causes and results. Online learning is popular. Students study anywhere, recorded lectures, work, and family. So the online learning is considered popular because the students study anywhere. Yes, so here we can use because. Miss Dua, online learning is popular because it allows students to study anywhere. They can have unrestricted access to recorded lectures. They can also balance their work and family responsibilities. Yes, good. For Ms. Rabia, online learning is popular because it allows students to study from anywhere. More often, yeah, recorded lectures allow them to learn at their own time while also balancing work and family responsibilities. So here, we used more often and while. Miss Shazia, online learning is increasingly popular, allowing students to study from anywhere. In addition to recorded lectures, provide flexibility, enabling learners to balance their education with work and family responsibility. Thank you, Ms. Shazia. Online learning is popular as the students study anywhere because they can record lectures and they offer time for work and family. Sarah, one of the reasons online learning is popular is that it allows students to study anywhere. Moreover, the lectures can be recorded, which makes it easier for students to access them in their own time. Finally, it enables students to balance work and family life. This is a very good answer, Sarah. Thank you. Study تغريد learning is popular because it allows students to study anywhere. In addition, that's really good. All right, so let's see the example I provided. Online learning has become very popular in recent years. This trend allows students to study from anywhere and at any time. For example, they can watch recorded lectures or join live classes. Therefore, many learners find it easier to balance school with work or family responsibilities. So as you can see, we have here only three or 4 sentences. We have only 4 sentences. So trying to make these sentences more coherent and more cohesive will make it very easier to the reader to understand with more to understand the text with more details and to follow the logical ideas of the text easily. So here we used this. We also give an example. We also use therefore to give results or to give reasons for an action that happened before. Let's see your answers. Thank you, Rawan. Thank you, Hadi. Thank you, Al-Hur, I think. And thank you, Sada Tagreed. Yeah, thank you all for your answers. That's really good. That's really perfect. And thank you for listening. Thank you for your time. Now, if you have any questions, I would love to answer them, and I hope you enjoyed and gained valuable information or knowledge from this presentation or this workshop.
Thank you so much, Ms. Asrar, for such an insightful and engaging presentation. I am hoping that everybody has enjoyed it because the slides were amazing and they had real, application. We truly appreciate your time, your effort, your expertise.
You can type your question. If you have any question, you can type it.
Now, we would like to open the floor for comments and questions. Please feel free to raise your hand, or you can use the chat box to share your thoughts. We would be really happy to hear from you.
Thank you too for attending. Sorry. Now I hear you because I was muting the sound.
Yeah, so thank you very much for the amazing insights. And we are opening the floor for questions, for comments, and feel free to raise your hand, or you can use the chat box so that you can ask your questions. So I'm also pasting in the evaluation link. So if you fill in this link, you will be able to get your certificates. So one of the participants are saying that slides, they were able to download the slides. Is there any way to download it? Yes. Yeah, there is this arrow on the top right corner. If you click it, you can be able to download it.
Yeah, from the screen. You can upload it from the screen. When you press Tanzil or download it, yeah, upload it to your device.
I've got a question. Hello?
Yes, I can hear you.
I posted also in the chat box. If we consider the merits of online learning, my question is about to what extent do you think that online learning can replace the physical or the face-to-face learning?
Well, I don't think we can replace it because both ways of learning, the online learning and face-to-face learning, are important, and we can use them both. We should use them both to enhance the quality of learning, but to only depend on one way of learning, it wouldn't effectively lead to the results that we want. So I think both are important. No one is better than the other. Both are very important. And thank you for your question.
Yeah, thank you.
Can you send the evaluation link again, Mr. Bia?
Yeah, sure. Give me a second.
Rowan is asking about a writing competition. I think this is one of the activities, maybe. Rowan, in our workshop, no, there is no writing competition, but maybe in the English Language Institute, the ELI, there is activity for writing competition, but here in this workshop, no, we don't have writing competition. Yeah, Rowan. Welcome, welcome, Rowan. They're asking about the recorded of the workshop. I think you will upload it to YouTube later, right?
Yeah, I am sending in few links, and here you can find YouTube link also, as well as if you want to contact us through email. And we have a link for services which Writing Center offers. We have one more question from Ms. Dua. She's asking, how can we make coherence and cohesion between paragraphs from paragraph to another? Between paragraph from paragraph to another.
Yeah, thank you, Ms. Dua, for your question. And this is a very important question because I remember when I was doing my master's thesis, I was writing paragraphs without having logical order between them, and my supervisor was always, all the time, giving me this comment: there is no logical flow between paragraphs, no logical flow between paragraphs. So I thought we don't need to actually add linking words between two paragraphs, but it's important. For example, you have one paragraph about the advantages of e-learning, and the following paragraph is about the disadvantages. So you can't just start the topic sentence by saying the disadvantages of e-learning are. No, you should write, for example, on the other hand, or you can also say but. So we need to add, it's important to add linking words between one paragraph and the other paragraph. You can add, for example, moreover, in addition. So we can use the same technique, but we consider the ideas of the two paragraphs, or how the two paragraphs are linked together or connected together. And thank you for your question, Mr.
So I have a question, Ms. Asrar, if you don't mind answering. So if we look from the student's perspective, what are some simple and effective ways for them to learn on their own, and they can themselves can practice cohesion and coherence to make their writing clearer and more connected? Any at-home practice?
Now, for the AFL learners, especially the beginners, sometimes it can be hard for them to try to connect the ideas together. So to help them to try their best to do this is by actually giving them the list. Maybe we can give them the list, for example, the list of linking words to add concluding, to add example, And if they are beginners, we give them like for each list, we give them maybe 2 or 3 examples, not like this too many examples. So if we give them a list with examples, and we ask them, for example, to try to follow these examples and to try to use words from the list, I think this will help them so much to apply the linking words in their writing. And thank you for your question. Hayat, you can download the slides. I think you can.
Thank you once again, Ms. Asrar, for your time and your amazing presentation. I hope we will learn something from this.